Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 with Zebu Nation, and today we're going to take a look at a brand new video game. This is Space Hulk Tactics by Cyanide Studios, a studio that is no stranger to the Games Workshop properties. They've done the excellent Blood Bowl game. You've probably seen me play Blood Bowl on this channel before. They've done Deathwing on this, and now they're going to try their hand at Space Hulk. Space Hulk is, of course, the classic board game that introduced many people to the Warhammer 40,000 universe. That's how I got introduced to Warhammer 40,000, was through the Space Hulk board game. So now they're going to make an adaptation of it here. It's not an exact adaptation, but it's pretty good. It's pretty close. You know, you'll definitely get a lot of feelings of playing the board game if you played the board game, but if not, it is still a modern video game, so it's got a lot of nice modern touches to it. As you can see here, it has a campaign mode, it has a skirmish mode where you can just sort of create your own little matchups and play versus the AI, and then it has a quick match mode where you can play against other humans, other people who have the game. They can go in and just do little 1v1 battles. Like I said, this is a brand new game, so there's not a lot of players out there right now because I believe this is, it's not beta. It's early access at the time when I'm recording this. So if you pre-purchase the game, then you have access right now, and I think the actual game is released in a week from now. So probably by the time you see this video, it will actually be released. But for now, I can't really play a quick match because there aren't too many people out there. But we're going to take a look at the campaign because that's what I'm most intrigued by. You can see a Terminator walking by with a power sword. Very cool. I'm very interested in the campaign because it just looks cool. I've seen some footage of it, and I'm very intrigued to see where they go with this because the board game, you sort of had to make your own campaigns. I mean, later on there were rules for like a campaign mode, but for the most part, you just played one game and that was it. And then you played another and another, and it was just repetition. But this is a huge, massive campaign. It looks pretty cool. So let's jump right into it. And you actually get to come at the campaign from two different ways. You can come at it from the Blood Angels, who are, of course, Space Marines, or the Gene Stealers, who are nasty Tyrannid. Yeah, I guess they're Tyrannids. Yeah, they're definitely Tyrannids. They're Tyrannid Xenos monsters. But we're going to go with, of course, the Blood Angels. I'm going to resume the campaign that I've started because when you start a new campaign, there's a little tutorial, and the tutorial, in my opinion, it's a little clunky. It shows you how to work things. I mean, it takes you through step by step how to do it, but for the purposes of a video, it's a little clunky. So let's resume the campaign and get to the Space Hulk Tactics. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what Space Hulk is, it's basically a big pile of junk floating through the universe, or the galaxy, I should say. But really what it is it's either one gigantic ship, or more likely it's a bunch of ships that have been fused together. They've been corrupted and polluted by the warp, usually lost in the warp for who knows how long, thousands of years in some cases. And then they pop out into real space, usually at a very inopportune place and a very inopportune time. And unfortunately, they're not just piles of junk, which would be dangerous in and of itself if you have this, you know, millions of tons of iron and scrap metal heading toward a planet or something. That would be dangerous enough. But usually the Space Hulk is infested with either warp demons, you know, or warp corrupted humans or crew or whatever inhabited the ships beforehand. They can also be inhabited by orcs. Orcs like to use Space Hulks to travel around because they don't really like to build their own ships, so they can find a giant floating ship. Why not? They'll use that. But in the case of the Space Hulk games, typically who you're facing are Tyranid Gene Stealers. Because for whatever reason, Gene Stealers like to use Space Hulks. And I don't know that that's ever been explained exactly why Gene Stealers in particular use Space Hulks. Why not just hitch a ride aboard a regular ship? Or maybe they did hitch a ride aboard a regular ship and it got, turned into a Space Hulk. I don't know. But for whatever reason, usually when you hear the term Space Hulk, it goes hand in hand with Gene Stealers. And of course, you can't just walk onto a demon-infested or Gene Stealer-infested Space Hulk. You're going to get torn to ribbons. That's why typically the Imperium, when they find a Space Hulk, they don't just send any old unit, not even a Space Marine. Even a Space Marine would get torn apart. They send in the heavy-duty Terminators. Those guys specialize in clearing the narrow halls of a Space Hulk with their bulky armor, their powerful weapons, because they can take on multiple enemies. And if you're faced with a pack of ravenous Gene Stealers, you need all that firepower and all that armor just to survive. So that's who we have. We have Blood Angel Terminators. The Blood Angels are a specific kind of Space Marine. They are the sons of Sanguinius, who's one of the Primarchs, who's one of the greatest Primarchs. These guys are fierce, they're ferocious, they're basically superhuman space vampires. I mean, they don't like to talk about that part of it, but they have bloodlust, they have the black rage, and they are monsters in and of themselves. So when these guys go up against the monsters of the Tyranid Gene Stealers, it's a bloody battle. So that's what we're hoping for in this game. So let's start our campaign. And as you can see, thank you for pre-ordering Space Hulk. The adventure ends here for now, but discover the rest of the story on October 9th. Wow. Okay, don't panic, but we've just experienced a little bit of a time jump, a time warp, time dilation. Not necessarily in the game, but in real life, we have jumped ahead. It is now October 9th. The game is released. The full game is out as of today, so now we can continue on with our campaign mission. I was going to just scrap everything and start over, but I really liked that intro that I did, so I want to keep that intro, but I didn't want to do that intro and then have nothing to show you. So we're going to actually show you some content here. Let's move on to our next point on the map here. In case you didn't figure out, this is the Space Hulk. This is a cool little map. I don't know if we're going to open up the rest of the Space Hulk, but I don't know why you would go to the trouble of putting all this stuff here if we don't eventually open all that up. Got to adjust the mic here a little bit. If we don't eventually open all of this space up, so that would be cool. All right, so there's nothing there in that space, but here there's something here. And it says RT to preview. The little Gene Stealer cult symbol is spinning around, but I don't know what that means. I don't know what that symbolizes. But before we do that, before we get to our first mission, let's take a look at our squad and see who we've got here. First of all, we have Sergeant Tahariel, I guess. Anyway, that's how we're going to pronounce it. We're going to call him Sergeant from now on. But he has a power sword and a storm bolter. You can see there, this is what the power sword does. Gives you 1 die roll in melee. Gives you the parry ability. Means you re-roll the highest Gene Stealer die if you would lose in frontal of melee. So it's very good to keep the Gene Stealers in front of you. And then also gives you guard. You re-roll your dice once if you would lose in the melee. So the power sword can be pretty good, but it is subject to die rolls, unfortunately. Storm bolter, roll 2 dice. Shot is successful on a 6 or more. That's not great. Can shoot up to 12 squares. I guess that's pretty good. The Terminator doesn't move. The next shot at the same target gets a +1. So you can sort of stack your fire if you keep shooting. Now, there have been a couple of updates to this game between when I recorded that intro and now. Namely, they've updated some of the weapons and some of the percentages to hit and things like that. So we'll look into that, but I'm very thankful about that. It's made some of these weapons a little bit better. Now, the other thing we got here is we have cards. So each class, each soldier has different cards that will pop up occasionally. This guy has... Okay, so he has the Faith is my shield. Target Terminator gets... Until his next turn, he gains guard. So that will help you defensively. Then he has for the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor. But you can upgrade these cards. So, and maybe swap them out if you gain new cards and you know, see how that whole system works. Haven't been able to dive too much into this to see how deep this card system goes, but I'm hoping it goes fairly deep. There's the weapons we looked at. We could eventually maybe upgrade to a Thunder Hammer, which you still only roll 1 die, +1 melee, guard, -1 gene stealers for them to block. Okay, that's fine. And then you can also get some modules. I don't know what these are. I don't know what these do, but I assume they upgrade you in some way. Maybe make you faster, make you easier to hit the enemy, or who knows what. But the modules will be an extra little system thrown on top of that. Alright, next we have Brother Madriel. He's an assault class. He's got a Storm Bolter, and after the initial setup mission, he gained a Chain Fist. So if we want to, we can give him a Chain Fist. Now, this just says Storm Bolter, but it actually means Storm Bolter and Power Fist. So as you can see there, he has the regular Storm Bolter, just like the Sergeant had. But now he also has a Power Fist. You can see him holding up there, the Fist of Power. And all that does is 1 die, 1 roll of the attack die when you're in melee. And then when you're guarding, you can re-roll once per melee. So it's just a basic guard. He doesn't have anything else to it. Chain Fist now, on the other hand, still rolls only 1 die, but it has the efficient carving skill, +1 for frontal melee. And melee on interactive objects are always successful. And then it also has the guard ability as well. So there's no reason not to do that, right? Oops. Let's take the Chain Fist, and there we go. He now has a little chainsaw underneath his Power Fist. So that's cool. Modules, nothing. Alright. Next soldier on the list, Brother Armando. He's got the Storm Bolter. Nothing we can do here with the cards. Whoops. Weapons. No, only 1 Chain Fist, so we're going to have to find another Chain Fist somewhere if we want to give this guy a Chain Fist. So there's nothing we can do here. We can't upgrade to Lightning Claws yet. So we'll see. And also no modules. No modules for Brother Caraniel. Also Storm Bolter, Chain Fist, so he's pretty much regular. And then finally our heavy weapons guy, Brother Lazaro. The heavy weapons bearer. He has the assault cannon, which we're definitely going to do that. We don't want to give him the Storm Bolter. I don't think so. Assault cannon is very cool. Let's see. Can shoot gene stealers in line of sight. The shot must be successful on a 5+. So it's a little bit easier to hit with the assault cannon. It's free to shoot once after moving with the assault cannon. That's weird. I didn't know that, but okay. Sustained fire. If you don't move, next shot gets a +1. Overwatch. The Terminator shoots any moving gene stealer within his sight. Ammunition. The cannon has 2 magazines with 10 shots each. Reloading the magazine costs 4 action. So I got to remember that. We can shoot 10 times and then we got to reload, but we can only reload once. Is the way I understand that. Maybe twice. We'll see. Once reloaded, a triple on the dice while shooting will slain the bearer. killing adjacent units on a 4+. Okay, that's not great English. Will slay the bearer, I think is what they meant to say. So that's no good. Malfunctions are no good. And then he's also got the power fist, just like everybody else. Okay, so there's our squad. Now you can get more squad members and you can get different classes with different abilities and stuff. But for now, we just sort of have a very, very basic squad. So let's get to our first mission. There's something here. Let's see what it is. Brother Sergeant, we have boarded the Hulk. Our mission commences, and we must be wary of the danger that awaits us here. We will bring the Emperor's light into this darkness. Indeed. Indeed we will. Okay. Nothing happened, but just a message. Just a message, apparently. Something here. Scanning. Scanning. I still don't know what that means, but we'll go. See what else is here. Be watchful. We may find relics or other items of use. Allow nothing to escape your gaze. Confirm. Okay. Asset detected. 50 components. So we just got 50 components. Now we can move over here for another asset. Let's see if we can skip. No, we can't skip. We have to go one tile at a time. More assets. So we got 50 more components. This is strange. I thought we were going to like get more missions and stuff. Up to 520 components. I think we might be able to upgrade something now. Yeah, we could upgrade. Target a Terminator. His next melee attack is a success. I would really like that card. Faint. Terminator gets a +2 on his next melee. I think I'll go with this one. Choose a card. Until next turn, you get up 2+ command points for each Gene Stealer killed, or the target Terminator gets 4 action points. That is much better. We'll take that. So is that what I did? Yes, I did. I just swapped that out. Did not necessarily want to swap that out, but I didn't really know how this card system works. So now we know. I like that other card. We should have kept it, but oh well. Alright, so let's move down the track here. More assets. Okay, something is here. Brother Sergeant, we've detected a hostile presence ahead and appears to be a group of Gene Stealers. Seek out and purge these Xenos. Acknowledged. So this must be the Gene Stealer they're talking about, right? See what happens when we scan this. Still nothing. Maybe we don't have a scanner or something. What's interesting though is that this here lights up whenever we scan something. See, this guy here lights up. I don't know why. Weird. But I think we definitely have Gene Stealers here, so let's go. Threat and hordes. A large group of Gene Stealers suddenly emerge from the wall. This crawling mass prevents us from moving forward. The gauge represents the growing threat from the Gene Stealers present on the Hulk. Each time a squad moves, the threat increases. The events that will be triggered vary depending on the sector. So, we can't delay them anymore. The confrontation is inevitable. Or bless your weapons and attack for the Emperor. We can't select the top selection, so I guess we just have to bless our weapons and attack. So here's the map. Kind of a simple little map. Looks like we're going to start at the bottom there. Move our way up to the top. Alright. Fine. Kill all Gene Stealers 12 turns. Let us do this. Okay. So here's our dudes. We looked at them before. Armando, Lazaro, Terriel, Madriel, and Caraniel. Caraniel. Okay. Come on, people. Let's pick some better names for these guys. We went through all this before as well. We don't have any brothers or anything like that to add to the squad, so let's just confirm. Add to the squad. Confirm. Do we have to confirm them all? I think we do. It seems like a bad system, but we'll try this out later. I think we just had to hit the ready button. Okay. We're learning. We're learning. This is, you know, it's all new. I've played a bunch of the single maps as I've been waiting for this game to fully launch. But I haven't been able to play this at all, the campaign at all, because it was just locked. So other than the first mission, I couldn't get to all this. And I haven't watched any videos of other people playing the campaign because I didn't want to ruin the storyline for myself. And so this is what we're left with. We're left with guessing about what the heck is going on. Okay, so here's that map we just saw. We can sort of spin the camera around and whatnot. I'd like to zoom out a little bit more. It's as far as we can zoom out there. So we've already got some blips there. So we have to destroy all of these blips. We're going to have to go get these fellas. Alright, so I think we put our sergeant going this way. And then, no. We put our heavy weapons bearer going this way, right? Is that an ideal situation? Because he's going to have to, like... Yeah, he can just take that hallway. And then the rest of the boys, we just sort of... You know, pile them up, I guess.
Ready. Teleportation completed.
Teleportation completed. Alright.
In position.
In position, let's go. So the key that I've found playing the single mission is using the cards. The cards are incredibly important. So even though this uses up all our moves and puts us in a lot of danger, we can now spend a card and get some more action points, which is what I want to do. So let's bring up our cards here. Terminator next shot is a success. I don't want to get rid of that card. Terminator, okay, so we got 2, the next turn, he has 6 range, gets +1 on his Overwatch. Alright, so we're going to get rid of this. Now, you can convert these cards into action points, or you can just play them. But I want to convert this card. And you get 3 a turn, so it's not like you're wasting them or anything like that. But now we got some extra action points, so now we can put our heavy weapons bearer onto Overwatch because we got those extra points. Yeah. And then maybe, like, you know what? I could shoot down this door if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. Let's choose this card, Steady Hand, Assault Cannon. So I'm gonna get +1 on my Overwatch attacks for this guy. So if this blip decides to come over here, he's getting blasted. Now, what I found out is that the computer is very prescient. The computer, like, knows what you're going to do. So they don't often just run into the line of fire. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, and then, you know, I'm thinking I'll take 3 boys this way and leave 1 back as, you know, strategic reserves. So I think that's all we can... No, we can open this door. Might as well do that now. There's no blips in range. This guy, there's no way he's fast enough to get all the way down here. So we're going to end that turn, and let's go. Okay, the blips are heading this way. So the blips are heading away from the assault gunner. Except for that guy. Is he going to jump in the line of fire? No. See, I told you, they know when you're looking and when you're not. Alright, so now we got a blip who's in range here. We got another blip, so we're going to need a lot of action points coming up here pretty soon.
Moving forward.
We've discovered a gene stealer, and there he is.
Signals detected.
2 gene stealers in that blip. That's no good. So we're going to fire at this guy. Oh, I should have used a card. Should have used a card. So let's use a card now. Can I use a card now? Hello? Hello? I can't. My joystick is running out of batteries here. I think I need to replace the batteries. So let's do a quick pause. Okay, we're back. It's a good thing this is a turn-based game, because if this was not a turn-based game, then we would have gotten murdered by these gene stealers. Alright, so I'm going to play the card that gives my next shot a success. Can I play that card? It won't let me play the card. Okay.
In the name of the Emperor.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take a shot anyway. Still missed. Okay. +2 in the next melee. We're going to convert that card. And we're going to have to give ourselves Overwatch here.
Waiting for them.
And then, unfortunately, we're kind of stuck at the moment. If these guys don't decide to do anything, we're stuck in like Overwatch traps here.
Orders confirmed. Waiting for them. Vigilance, brother.
And let's see what they do. These guys have to move some direction. He moves out of the line of sight.
Make way.
And that's it. They're just piling up over here. Okay, but we can... You know, we can move down the corridor. And then do the same thing we did last time. Give us some extra bonus points. +1 on his next shot. We will convert that card.
Waiting for them.
Give us Overwatch.
I am moving.
I probably would have liked to Overwatch that guy as well, but for ball.
Orders confirmed.
You know, I got a chance of like getting all of those guys just ruined. And then over here, there's not much I want to do. I just can't risk going forward on those boys.
Vigilance, brother.
Let's see. Can we? Next shot is 6. All right. I like those cards too much. I don't want to get rid of them just for. Because I was going to give this guy an Overwatch as well, just in case our sergeant gets killed, but whatever. We have to kill all of these guys, but I don't know that there's a timer. But, you know. 2, 3. 2, 3, and then it'll take 4 to turn this way. And 5, 6. That's too many. That's too many action points. Could I shoot him from here, I wonder? Let's give it a try.
Understood.
I can shoot him from here. Got him. Got him. And I can still go on Overwatch. So that's kind of the best of both worlds. Didn't have to waste a card on that.
For all.
Likewise, this guy can move up. And now we can be a little bit more cautious. Put him on Overwatch as well.
Vigilance, brother.
And then this guy, he can do the same thing. Just, you know, space out your boys. Keep a little bit of spacing.
Waiting for them.
Watch your targets. All that stuff. Now, you know, I'd love to start moving this guy forward, but, you know, I can't get out of the way. I can't get out of the way, so I don't know what to do here. You know what I could do? I hadn't even thought of this. I could shoot down that door. And looky.
Lost detected.
Alright, so now, next shot with your Storm Bolter is successful. I'm going to play the card on this guy. And that means now we can shoot and kill this guy automatically. Get out of here. And now we still have the AP left to go on Overwatch. Look at that. We're making progress. Finally got a couple of kills. Everybody's in Overwatch. Looking good. Turn 4. Are they going to charge the Sergeant? They just launched another guy. He gets blasted. Miss. Oh, he gets skewered with the sword. Now, once they get up on you in melee, that happens. So once they get up on you in melee attacks, your Overwatch goes away. So that's no good. All right, so how many Gene Stealers we got left? Just the one? I mean, I guess let's go get him with Mr. Chainblade.
Understood. I am moving.
I am moving. Yes, I am. And don't worry, we're gonna get some more action points here. Target melee success, +2 next melee, +2 next melee. Alright, we can get rid of lots of these. So we'll convert that card. We don't have enough action points for an Overwatch. Can we do it again? No, you can only convert cards once. So we're a little bit out of luck there. This guy will... Well, for now, he's going to play it safe and just Overwatch.
Fear my thirst.
This guy's going to move forward this turn. And he'll Overwatch next turn. All right. So I hope he can't get all the way over here. Stop. Yeah, he can't get all the way over there. Now he's screwed. Now he is screwed. All right. What cards do we have? Here, the next melee attack is a success, +4 action points. So you can play 2 cards per turn, and you can convert 1. That's how it works. So, I'm going to move up to this guy.
Position.
This is our Chainblade boy, so he should be able to murderize this guy real good. But we'll play this card on him just to make sure. Next attack is a success. And here we go. Melee attack. Get chain-bladed sucker. There we go. First mission is a success, but we did lose our sergeant. So we'll see how that works out. I don't know if we get him back or if we have to replace him with a new dude. Let's see. Kill all your opponents. We did it in 6 turns, I guess. Mission duration, 14 minutes. 6 Gene Stealers killed. Okay. Let's look at our squad. See what we got here. Hopefully we get our sergeant back because he's pretty important. There he is. He's still there. So, I mean, on the one hand, that's good. We got our sergeant back. On the other hand, it's like, I don't know. Maybe that's why they sort of phase out. They're like, they get teleported back to the ship just before they're about to die or something like that. Maybe that's how they explain it. But XCOM, this is not. Because in XCOM, our sergeant would be dead and we'd be out of luck. So, I'm going to end it there, I guess. You know, flip around the map here, see what we're doing. It looks like we won't have another mission until... Okay, I see. So, we got some choices here. Now we got more Gene Stealers coming up. We got 3 places here with Gene Stealers. 4. And then, looks like... So, here's the 4th. And then it looks like some sort of big boss or something like here. Place the bomb on the marked location. Okay, so this is where we're trying to blow up this Space Hulk. Now, obviously, just planting one bomb isn't going to blow up this whole huge thing. We're probably going to have to blow it up in sections, is what I'm thinking. So we'll like go over here, plant the bomb, and it'll explode, and we'll get a cut scene or something like that. So we'll come back for one of these next Gene Stealer missions coming up later. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.